There are 7 invisible portals within your body that reveal the secret map of your blocked chakras. You can discover where each chakra is stuck by identifying specific bodily sensations, like tightness in the diaphragm, a constricted throat, or a locked pelvis, and receive a precise ritual to release each blockage in its corresponding portal. The 7 somatic portals combine exact coordinates in the body with directed breathing and precise touch to dissolve energetic blockages that have crystallized over the years. You waste energy trying spiritual practices while your nervous system remains in automatic protection mode, creating resistance where flow should exist. Take a deep breath now and notice if your breath reaches down to your lower belly or gets stuck around your chest. You have just performed your first somatic diagnosis. What you have just discovered about your own body is only the first glimpse of a knowledge that can completely transform your relationship with the vital energy that lives within you. These records are stored in the tissue of your body as active somatic memories, creating specific contractions in areas that correspond exactly to the energy centers mapped by the ancient masters. Your autonomic nervous system has turned unprocessed experiences into tangible physical signatures, like a shoulder that never fully relaxes, a jaw that is perpetually tense, or a pelvis that has lost its natural mobility. The 7 somatic portals are precise neurological territories where your body archives what was left unfinished, waiting for the right moment to be released and integrated. You will receive 3 exact coordinates for each portal: where to locate the sensation, how to apply specific touch and breathing, and where to direct your attention to activate the natural release. Each ritual produces objective somatic markers that confirm when energy begins to circulate again, like spontaneous warmth, deep sighs that emerge uncontrollably, or gentle pulses that indicate restored flow. These are not visualizations or abstract intentions, but protocols that communicate directly with your nervous system. Hermetic traditions have always known that the physical body is the laboratory where real alchemy takes place, where dense states are transmuted into refinement through specific bodily processes and directed intention. What modern neuroscience confirms, through neuroplasticity and autonomic regulation, the ancients practiced as a sacred art of awakening the dormant seals in each energy center. In the Hermetic texts attributed to Thoth, we find the description of the 7 seals of the body temple, each one corresponding to a specific region where vital force could become trapped by untransmuted experiences. Thoth taught that the seal of the heart, when closed by sorrow or betrayal, would manifest as a stone-like shield in the chest, preventing air from fully reaching the lungs and creating a hunched posture that protected the heart center. To reopen this portal, he prescribed the ritual of sacred exhalation, palms placed over the sternum, 3-layered breathing, and focused attention on the lateral expansion of the ribs, until natural warmth returned and posture reorganized spontaneously. Stephen Porges, through polyvagal theory, revealed how neurological protection states leave precise physical imprints in muscle tone and fascial structure, exactly what the ancient priests observed and encoded in their somatic rituals. When your vagus nerve shifts into defense mode, it automatically alters your posture, compresses certain regions, and reduces your ability to feel safe and connected, creating the same patterns the Hermetic texts described as sealed portals. Neuroplasticity shows that specific body-based protocols can rewrite these defensive programs, transmuting rigidity into flow through precise stimuli that speak directly to your autonomic nervous system. Alchemy that turns lead into gold, happening quite literally in your body's chemistry. This transformation takes place when you learn to read the exact coordinates where your nervous system archived incomplete experiences. The first portal lies at the base, where your sit bones meet the ground, and where all energetic stability is either born or completely lost. When this area is blocked, you lose contact with your own weight, your breath rises to your chest, and diffuse anxiety appears without an identifiable source. To awaken this passage, place your hands on your sit bones. Allow your exhalations to be longer than your inhalations, and create subtle pelvic micro-movements that are nearly imperceptible. The ventral vagus nerve engages when you extend the exhale, signaling deep safety and restoring natural self-regulation. The second portal governs the pelvis, where creative force originates, but also where relational traumas crystallize as persistent tension in the lower back. When locked, your breath can no longer reach all the way down, creating a clear disconnection between the upper and lower parts of your physical structure. Release happens through palms placed on the iliac crests, combined with gentle pelvic waves that follow the low breath. These micro-movements restore communication between fascial layers that have been stuck together by chronic tension built up over the years. The warmth that emerges in the lower back and the effortless return of mobility confirm that this passage is beginning to reopen. The third portal resides in the solar plexus, where unprocessed emotions turn into diaphragmatic contractions that block the upward flow of energy. This blockage shows up as a tight stomach, subtle nausea when making decisions, and a breath that never fully drops into the lower belly. The protocol involves placing your hand beneath the sternum while exhaling with a low friction sound, a prolonged warm H sound. After each exhale, pause for 2 seconds before inhaling again, allowing the diaphragm to gradually soften and signal safety. When this portal opens, you feel a softening in your abdomen, warmth in the upper belly, and a natural urge to take deep breaths. The fourth portal resides in the heart region, where decades of emotional protection create a thoracic shield that blocks both the giving and receiving of genuine affection. When this center is closed, you literally feel your chest armored, your shoulders held in a constant defensive position, and a difficulty breathing fully without conscious effort. Release happens by placing one palm over the sternum and the other between the shoulder blades. Practicing 3-level breathing, low, middle, high, with special focus on lateral expansion. These subtle fascial glides improve thoracic compliance and signal emotional safety to the nervous system, allowing the heart space to receive once again. The markers include gentle expansion of the chest, spontaneous sighs of relief, and often eyes that well up with tears without emotional tension. The fifth portal is located in the throat, the region where authentic expression gets trapped by years of holding back, creating a compressed neck and a voice that sounds forced. When this portal is blocked, you may notice words that simply do not come out, a sensation of something stuck at the base of the tongue, or a voice that swings between being too loud or unusually quiet. The release involves resting the tongue fully against the roof of the mouth, slow and mindful swallows, and whispered exhalations while lengthening the back of the neck without collapsing forward. This protocol relaxes the laryngeal structures and reduces the sympathetic containment response that has blocked natural expression for so long. When it opens, the voice becomes rounder and more grounded, the neck feels internally taller, and a genuine desire to speak calmly arises. The sixth portal is found between the eyes, where tense hyperfocus and visual hypervigilance create chronic mental fatigue and a loss of relaxed presence. When this area is locked, you experience a perpetually furrowed brow, rigid muscles around the eyes, and tunnel vision that completely loses peripheral awareness of the surroundings. The protocol softens the orbicular muscles of the eyes, consciously expands the peripheral visual field, and encourages longer exhalations while allowing the gaze to listen instead of chase. Peripheral vision directly signals environmental safety to the brainstem, reducing sympathetic overactivity and restoring stable focus without harshness or strain. The markers include clear mental stillness, the ability to focus without tension, and a visible softening of the forehead muscles as they reorganize naturally. The seventh portal resides at the crown of the head, the region where many people experience a form of spirituality that is disconnected from the body, creating the sensation of the head floating away from the physical base. When this center is out of balance, you may feel energetic expansions that do not take root, and spiritual practices that seem ethereal but fail to translate into everyday presence. Activation involves a nearly weightless touch at the top of the head, natural breathing with brief pauses after each exhale, while always maintaining a conscious connection between the sacrum and the crown. This protocol integrates the pelvic and cranial axis, establishing coherence between grounded base and subtle expansion, preventing spirituality from becoming an escape from the physical body. When activated correctly, you feel your spine align from within, with a sensation of vertical light flowing effortlessly from the base to the top. You now have the complete integrated protocol, which can be applied in 8 to 12 minutes, depending on your availability and specific need in the moment. Begin by naming the predominant sensation in each portal. Without judgment, simply observe where there is tension, emptiness, heat, or rigidity, without trying to change anything right away. Then, apply the specific minimal touch, the characteristic long exhale, and the corresponding micro-movement for each portal you identified as blocked or dense. After that, check for the objective markers of release: spontaneous warmth, uncontrollable sighs, natural salivation, or subtle tremors that indicate nervous discharge. To close the practice, seal it with 2 full breaths, placing your hands simultaneously on the root and the heart, and a short anchor phrase that calls in responsibility for the energetic field you have opened. For moments of acute emotional collapse, when you need immediate stabilization, there is a simple and effective emergency protocol that can be applied anywhere. Start with the solar plexus portal for 60 to 90 seconds, hand placed beneath the sternum. Exhale with friction sound and short pauses after exhaling to soften the contracted diaphragm. Then move directly to the root portal for 60 seconds, hands on the sit bones, long exhalations and pelvic micro-movements to restore connection with your weight and bodily stability. Conclude at the heart portal with just 2 full breaths, 1 palm over the sternum. 3 level breathing, allowing the chest to expand naturally. This emergency sequence reestablishes basic regulation of the autonomic nervous system, offering quick relief when you most need concrete somatic support. Catherine was in the kitchen making tea when that familiar sensation of tightness suddenly took over her chest. At 55 years old, she knew that compression in the solar plexus all too well. Decades of unresolved family conflict had created an invisible armor around her diaphragm, and her voice had become so controlled it seemed to come from a throat that was perpetually tense. In that moment of crisis, she remembered the 7 somatic portals she had learned, and chose to apply exactly what her body was asking for, beginning with the 3rd portal. With one hand placed beneath her sternum, Catherine began to exhale with that low, warm friction sound, pausing for 2 seconds before each new inhale, feeling her diaphragm gradually soften. After a few minutes focused on the solar plexus, she shifted her attention to the throat, tongue fully resting on the palate, slow and mindful swallows, whispered exhalations. For the first time in months, a genuine sigh emerged spontaneously from deep within her chest, followed by a gentle wave of warmth in her upper abdomen that she had not felt in a long time. Catherine had discovered something many people in their 50s still do not know, that decades of emotional protection create specific somatic patterns that can be dissolved through the correct portals. Her body had been in defense mode for so long that she had mistaken that constant tension for her personality, not realizing it was only a crystallized neurological pattern. Her sacred temple needed somatic purification, not more spiritual concepts. And that distinction made all the difference between chronic frustration and authentic transformation. What Catherine experienced now needs to be sealed into her body, so that this transformation is not lost in the first wave of stress that comes her way. The clearest physical marker that the portals are fully integrated is a breath that naturally descends into the lower belly without any conscious effort, accompanied by a stable sense of presence that does not shift with external emotions. To anchor this new neurological state, practice the integration gesture, one hand on the sternum, the other on the lower belly, 3 complete breaths over 60 seconds, allowing the body to register this new configuration as its natural state. This anchoring protocol creates a specific somatic memory that can be accessed quickly whenever you need to return to your center. It works like a direct neurological shortcut back to the state of open portals, without needing to repeat the full release process. In moments when you feel yourself becoming scattered or falling back into old contraction patterns, use the return point. Silently repeat, "My body is my sacred temple," while taking a long exhale and allowing your posture to reorganize naturally into vertical alignment. This anchor phrase is not an empty affirmation, but a direct command to your nervous system that recognizes the new somatic programming established through the portals. This physical sealing prevents the automatic return to protective patterns because you have created a more attractive neurological alternative for your body. When the body experiences true safety through the open portals, it naturally prefers that state over the old defense mode. What once took effort to stay centered now becomes ease, because you are working with your nervous system's intelligence, not against it. When you understand that somatic safety is the foundation of any authentic spiritual practice, your entire relationship with the sacred transforms. The 7 portals are not techniques to reach something far away, but keys to access what has always been available within you. Every block you dissolve becomes a form of embodied prayer that reconnects you with the silent intelligence that governs your heart. Spirituality stops being a theoretical concept and becomes a tangible experience that you can return to whenever needed. What you practiced was a return to the original wisdom your body never forgot, even when your mind got lost. Rumi already knew this truth. Your body is precious. It is our vehicle for awakening. Treat it with care. These words echo across the centuries because they point to a truth our era has almost completely forgotten. The divine is not separate from matter, but reveals itself through it, cell by cell, breath by breath. Your body is not an obstacle to transcendence, but the very temple where it happens naturally. When the portals open, you are not reaching for something higher, but awakening to the sacredness that has always lived within you. The reverence Rumi suggests is the intelligent recognition that you carry the most sophisticated laboratory for human transformation. Each portal you unlock restores a part of yourself that was lost to emotional protection. In this integrated state, you do not practice spirituality as a separate activity. You simply embody it. Transformation happens at the cellular level, reorganizing how you feel and how you respond to the world around you. Your portals become sensitive antennas that pick up subtle information from your environment and your inner world. What used to take effort now flows as natural intelligence operating through you, not just for you. The portals are not destinations you reach, but passages you permanently become. There is no longer a split between who you are during moments of practice and who you are in daily life. When you purify your sacred temple, something fundamental shifts at the core of your experience of being alive. You stop being someone seeking spiritual connection and become someone through whom it manifests. In that moment, you realize you were never separate from what you were seeking. You were simply blocked from recognizing it. The 7 somatic portals have awakened your oldest memory, that you are, quite literally, sacred in motion. And once that memory is activated in the body, it can never be forgotten by the mind. If this content resonated with you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so more people can discover this knowledge. I want to know how you feel the activation of your sacred temple. Write in the comments. My 7 somatic portals heal the invisible blocks in my chakras. This affirmation connects you directly with the purification of your body as the territory where transformation happens. Share this video with someone you know who needs to reconnect with the wisdom of their own body. And don't stop here. Click on the screen and dive into another powerful video on the channel. Because each portal you activate expands your ability to live in natural flow. Remember, when you purify your sacred temple through the somatic portals, the energetic blocks dissolve and life responds with natural ease, giving you back the ability to fully inhabit your own body as the sacred territory it has always been.